Hello and welcome to Getting Your Money's Worth, the show that focuses on value. I'm Judith West, and our guest today is Stephen Chen, Executive Vice President of Crystal Window and Door, located in Queens, New York. That's correct, right?
Correct.
Okay, Stephen, we have a whole audience sitting spellbound to find out why Crystal Windows and Doors in Flushing, New York is on Getting Your Money's Worth. So let's pop the balloon and tell them right now. You're a special guest because you were the only New Yorker that sat at the round table with Vice President Joe Biden recently.
Correct.
Tell us about that.
Well, Crystal, we closed our fiscal year April of 2009, and we had
You manufacture doors and windows.
Correct.
In the United States.
Yes.
In New York. In New York?
Right in here in Queens, headquarters.
Oh,
in
wow.
Queens.
That really makes you an endangered species.
Yes,
So,
one
right.
of the few manufacturers
One of the few,
left in
right.
New York.
Okay, continue.
When our fiscal year closed, actually, our business has increased from the previous year. And being in this economy and in the construction industry, a lot of our business associates, competitors have dropped in sales from 40 to 50%.
Sure.
We got a call from someone from the White House, and they must have heard of us through the New York City partnership through Catherine Wild there, and she referred us over. And we came to the call, and that's how we got the chance to meet the Vice President.
Let's go slow, one step at a time. Mm-hmm. You're in your factory, you're in your office, and you get a call from the White House. Did you believe it?
Actually, my assistant didn't believe it at first when she got the call, and then.
So what did they say? Vice President Joe Biden calling? What did they say?
Yes, well, actually, they said this is the White House calling, and my assistant passed a message to me saying, "Well, am I available for tomorrow?"
Are you available for the White House?
Yes, and I was like, "Well, I think I could clear my schedule for that."
Right.
But at first, I actually thought I was going there to listen to a speech.
Yeah.
And when I got to the event, I got pulled aside from the Secret Service and say, "Oh, you're part of the panelist discussion here."
The panel was in New York City.
Correct.
Okay, so now let's go back a little bit because I want to trace this. Mm-hmm. You were one of the few companies that had reported volume increase, sales increase. What did you do special? Did you give your merchandise away? What did you do to have an increase in sales when all around you sales were dropping?
We made a strategic effort during the past 2 years to focus a lot of our product lines to promote green products and energy-efficient products.
Oh, wow. That was smart.
Yes. And last year, with the high cost of fuel and energy costs, it actually assisted our sales and also assisted our marketability of our products. So instead of comparing prices, people are now comparing performance of their products. Because we took this campaign to change a lot of our manufacturing processes and also increase the values of our energy efficiencies on some of our product lines, it gave us a lot more exposure and gave us a leg up ahead of our competition.
Do you sell to the individual consumer or do you sell to the developer?
We sell to the developers, distributors, and dealers. We do not sell to the individual consumers.
Yeah. Okay, so you had a good market, a good year, because you could take your strategic decision and turn it into sales for those folks that you're selling to.
Correct.
The wholesale market.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. So now we're back. We go to New York City, and you don't know what to expect. Mm-hmm. You think that you're going to be listening to Did you know the Vice President was conducting the event?
Yes, I knew that. I knew he was going to be attending it. I did not. I thought I was just sitting there as an audience.
Right. And then all of a sudden, you look to your left and your right, and who are you sitting between?
Right next to the Vice President.
You're sitting right next to the Vice President. Oh, my gosh. How exciting was that?
It was quite exciting and nerve-wracking at the same time.
Right. It's like, oh, my God, I'm sitting here. Maybe I'm next in line for the office.
Yes, and wondering if my hair looked fine or not.
I was going to say, this is like penny ante compared to being next to the Vice President. Mm-hmm. What was the message? What did you learn that you can pass on to us from the Vice President?
Well, the panelist discussion was about the stimulus package, and that was passed, I believe, in February 16th or 17th, and how it helped some of the small to medium-sized businesses throughout the United States.
Were you personally, your company, the recipient of any stimulus money?
No, we were not. But the stimulus package did include a tax credit for homeowners if they replace their windows in their home to receive 30% or up to $1,500 in tax
Oh, really?
credits.
So what do you have to do if you replace your? We talk about getting your money's worth here. Let's give this tip to folks watching. If you replace your windows with energy efficient windows, is there a process? You submit your receipt, your sales receipt, and you get a tax credit on a go forward based on your income tax? Is that how it works?
Correct. I'm not a tax advisor. My corporate attorney says do not give out advice on this, but I believe the process. We do have, as a manufacturer, I have to provide a manufacturer statement on the type of product that you did buy and the performance ratings that it has. And the dealer or the contractor that you bought the product from will give you a receipt of the dollar amount of the windows.
Right, and so it comes right off the bottom line on your tax return.
I believe so.
It's a deduction. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Right. What are you? A family-owned business?
Family-owned business.
How
correct.
long have you guys been in business?
We're going into celebrating our 20th year anniversary.
Oh, congratulations!
Thank you.
Stephen, what made you so smart? What made you decide to get into the energy-efficient window production as opposed to the product line you had before?
You hear it's not just trying to get into the energy efficient business, but it's just the process of us making the windows too. We actually took a whole holistic approach in our end product
Let's go
line.
slow. What does that mean, a holistic approach?
We looked at our entire business processes again.
Okay.
And said we are going to promote energy efficient products. We should also promote that we are a green company and we build our products in an energy efficient manner.
Right.
And we use renewable product lines, renewable raw materials, and also that we reduce our scrap rate so we don't pollute the atmosphere or the air or in the environment itself.
So in this tough economy, I've been interviewing, and as a matter of fact, there's something on radio next week that I'm a panelist on, that talks about small companies being very nimble and being successful in this environment. This sounds like an example that a smart CEO or a smart manager that decided to refashion a product line in order to keep up with the times.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
a lot of top business leaders, they've always said that change must be a constant, and company always has to be open to change,
right,
and be able to change quickly enough to react to where the market's moving towards. And I think Crystal was able to do that.
You were able to do that. You
Correct.
didn't, right? It seems that in today's world, the brands that don't change or don't keep up with the time become dinosaurs rather quickly.
Correct, ma'am.
Right. Okay. Correct. Getting back to the event with the Vice President Biden, did he talk to you personally?
He did speak to each of the panelists for a few minutes privately, just to ask how the business was doing and how we could help.
Right. And have you seen in your world, your manufacturing, have you seen in your world other companies that are benefiting from the stimulus package? Do you see any of that happening?
You do. So there are some colleagues, some friends who might have benefited from some of their small business loans that were available out there. And we also got to see a lot of homeowners with the new first-time homeowners, some of the tax credits they get from buying their homes the first time. They may use that tax credit to renovate their homes, such as putting new windows in or redoing their kitchen. So it does have a trickle-down effect.
Do you think that your consumer and consumers in general, Stephen, will keep up this mindset of being energy efficient and energy cautious if oil prices, which have come down again now, they went up to come down, stay on a rather low side? We as Americans started to drive less, be more conscious of energy efficiency, but there is talk that if oil prices remain low, that some of that motivation might disappear.
I think that's where the stimulus package helps too, because rather than just saying you'll get a $1,500 tax credit for replacing your windows, they want to provide a tax credit to replace with energy efficient products. So it keeps, and the tax credit is effective up to 2010. Yeah. So for the next 2 years, people will be well aware of this, and they'll keep it in their mind. I actually drive a Prius myself.
Do you?
And yes, because I just feel that it is just the right thing to do, and that's what
as an American, it's the right thing to do.
Yes. Well, and also I had a chance to make a trip out to Germany about a month ago. We do have a subsidiary company that focuses on solar panels, And they're about, I would say, 30 to 40 years ahead of us in renewable energy because half the homes out there already have solar panels on their roofs.
Are you thinking? Do you distribute these solar panels?
Right now we're at our infant stages of studying the market and the feasibility of setting up a manufacturing facility for it.
You know, speaking of energy efficiency, not to get off the track with you, there are plenty of sound bites about the fact that one of the ways we can help ourselves in security is by lessening America's dependence on oil. So it's kind of a double agenda here. Not only is it healthy, but it could also well be one of our answers to increasing our security and not our dependence on those folks who don't want to be our friends. What is a solar panel? Just get back to solar panels.
Basically, you're using the natural sunlight to generate energy, whether it be through heating or through electrical currents. You're taking what's already available in the natural resource of the environment and generate similar to solar panels are focused on sun power, but you also get renewable energy through wind turbines.
What would you do if you were a New Yorker and we just went through the month of June and had 21 out of 24 days without any sun?
Yes.
What would we do then?
But you're hoping you at least get half the 70% of the year with some sun.
Right. You're hoping that the month of June is not like the black swan in the market. That this is indeed an anomaly, not to happen again. How many folks do you employ in your plant?
Worldwide, with all our subsidiaries, we employ about 600 employees.
Oh, so you have you're a small business, but you have a big profile.
Yes, we do.
Did this energy efficient product line allow you to hire more people, put more people on the payroll?
It's actually kept us from laying off or creating furloughs from some of our current employees. And because with this program we do see that there is a strong demand for energy efficient product, we are open to starting to hire more engineers and product designers.
Oh, good. I read in yesterday's paper, that there really is in certain skills there is a bigger demand than Americans think.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
So are you finding people that can fit what you need in your company?
We are. Being in New York has such a great talent pool of people that it's quite easy to find someone to fit the description.
So, kind of the summary, it was interesting to me, I saw your profile in the New York Times, that, a local Queens manufacturer managed to be highlighted on a stimulus package with the vice president. You have something that your family can talk about.
Yes, it was quite an honor.
It was quite an honor, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it must have made you feel good about what you do for a living.
It does, but also what it shows was that the government is looking out for everyone.
Right, and they found you through this partnership. And the other thing is, we here on Get Money's Worth really I especially love American dream stories. It's kind of like an American dream story. Here's, a small town manufacturer, and suddenly he's sitting next to the Vice President of the United States talking about the U.S. economy.
Yes, it does humble us at times because we actually started from a small garage, right?
Is that where you started, from a small garage? And you're a family business, so it really is kind of an American dream story.
Yes,
right?
yes. My mother, my father, when I was a kid working in the factory.
It was a homegrown business from the start.
Right, work was walk down the stairs to the garage. You
lived above the store.
Yes, basically.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
Well, it's a wonderful story. Thank you so much for sharing it with us and being on the show. I appreciate your being on.
Thank you, Judith.
You're watching Getting Your Money's Worth. I'm Judith West. Thanks for watching.